Hey, what's up, guys? Jamie here. And today marks 25 years of The Undertaker in WWE. The Undertaker has been around for 25 years. He's never also left WWE. He's never gone to some other company. He's never really jump shifted to anything. He's never really done anything outside of WWE. It's just been WWE. And what I think I admire the most about him, though, is just his dedication, his hard work, and just everything that he does for the company. He puts his entire body into this company, and he literally will do anything to better the company. And he is so loyal. He is so dedicated. I mean, you can see that just based on the 25 years. Like, he's never went anywhere other than WWE while being in WWE. Explain it is just he's so unique. His character is so unique. He just has that special presence about him that other wrestlers do not have. That special mystique about him. Just his entrances, his Hell in a Cell matches, his Buried Alive matches, to his amazing 21 consecutive wins at WrestleMania, to his gimmicks, Ministry of Darkness, Big Evil, American Badass, and what we know as the Dead Man. 25 years, he was always been able to remain on top, and a lot of wrestlers couldn't have done that, and a lot of wrestlers wouldn't have been able to have huge gimmick changes like The Undertaker has. He completely went from this dark, satanic character to then switching all the way to American Badass, which was completely different, and he worked. It still worked. He has been in the very first Hell in a Cell match. He's won, after 1 year of his career, he won the title, or just a year later. He is just one of the most unique and the best of all time. Undertaker has won 15 championships since his debut. He has been, since he debuted at Survivor Series 1990, it's been 9,100 days. 17 Survivor Series, and he's won 12 of them. Longest match, 30 minutes and 52 seconds with Triple H. For competing on more WWE television shows than any other wrestler. He appeared on the debut episode of Raw and has been the only superstar who is still wrestling from that episode. He was a 299-pound guy jumping over the ring like it's no big deal. And, when he does the big boot, I can't lift my leg up that high. He's in incredible shape for a 50-year-old. I mean, I know he's had his fair share of injuries, but that just shows his dedication. He's killed himself just so he can be here to be Undertaker again. And he's worked through injuries. I mean, when he crushed his face in, when he's broken everything. I mean, he's ripped everything. I mean, you name it. But he's still gone out there and he's still just performed, and the pyro malfunction, and he still went to wrestle. But The Undertaker is that he's always able to stay relevant. And really, he was always able to stay on top throughout his 25 years. He's never gotten irrelevant. He's always able to stay relevant in the company. Always evolving, changing, and just working with the time period. And in everything he does, always just worked. Nowadays, it doesn't matter what he does. He could stand there for 5 seconds and literally that would like make the show. Also never really needed the titles to he's won a lot of titles, don't get me wrong, but he's never needed the titles to look strong or to be relevant. He's always just been able to use sheer dominance and destruction. He's never needed the titles. The titles was always an accessory, and don't get me wrong, his title runs were always, such a cool thing to have, but it was just an accessory of him and something to add to his history book of amazing things that he's accomplished in his career. But The Undertaker has been my favorite since I started watching, and I know he means a lot to people. I know he means a lot to me, and he honestly, when I have a bad day, is the only thing that gets me through a day. He's my hero, and he honestly makes me want to try so hard to accomplish what I can do. He just means the world to me, and I can't believe it's been 25 years. Thank you, Undertaker. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for what you do and killing yourself just to entertain. I don't think a thank you or what this video can ever really put into words what you mean to us, and I don't think thank you is enough for the 25 years that you've put your body on the line. Nobody wants to see you retire, but if this is your last run, that's what you choose. And we will support you no matter what you choose. I will support you no matter what you choose. So if you decide that you don't want to do it anymore, then that is up to you. If you continue to want to wrestle, that is on you. Our only concern is we support you no matter what, but your health also and your well-being is what comes first. So if you feel you can do it, then go for it. But I will still always continue to work. And you will never, ever, ever, ever be able to disappoint us, because I read a quote from you and you don't want to disappoint anybody. And you said that, I'll go when the crowd tells me to go. Hate to tell you, bud, but we don't ever want you to go. No one wants to see you retire. But at the same time, nobody wants to see you hurt or have to end on a bad note. But again, whatever your decision comes, we support you 100%. Of course, I'll be very upset. Everybody will be very upset. But we know what an amazing run that you've had, and we know we'll have the memories and maybe. But like I said, the quote that his whole time is spent so he can build up to Undertaker again. And I was like, that is really cute, but you don't have to worry because nobody will want to see you go. But if you're going to get hurt, then we want you to end safely rather than badly. But so much for what you do. And now enjoy the rest of the clips that fans have sent in.
To talk about 25 years of The Undertaker. It's so hard to think about what to say when it comes to the dead man. And they said on Legends of JBL this week during Undertaker week that he just may be the greatest of all time. And it's very, very hard to argue against that. When you think about how relevant he made a character that when that character debuted, no one thought it could last because there's only so much that you could do with a gimmick like that. And the fact that he was able to reinvent it 4 or 5 different times over and still be as fresh and relevant today, 25 years later, as he ever has been, there's only ever going to be one man named Mark Calloway. There is only ever going to be one The Undertaker. And all I can say to Taker is thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you 1,000 times over for everything you've done for the wrestling business, for the way you impacted it, for the way you changed it, for the way that you transcended WrestleMania and made WrestleMania what it is today. WrestleMania would not be what it is today had it not been for 21-0. just thank you, Taker. Thank you for some of the greatest matches of all time. And thank you for being the only guy that I can think of that when I think about what are the greatest matches of all time, I can think about things from you that are from the 90s, but more importantly, I can think of really recent matches from you of WrestleMania 25 against the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels and WrestleMania 28 against Triple H as being two of my top 10 greatest matches of all time. So, you transcended this business. You are this business. Your name should be the first name people say when they think about this business, or one of them anyway. So thank you, Mark, for still being the Undertaker, the Dead Man, Big Evil, after 25 glorious years.
Years already, and my favorite feud from the Undertaker, well, there's been so many. I would have to probably go with him and Triple H, since I really like the chemistry behind the whole matchup and everything between the two, and they really put out all the stops there. So that would have to be one of them. There are so many, but can't really just go with one. So that would be one of them. Maybe the one with Shawn Michaels. That's a close second too. On top of that, so like I said, there are many others, but I would have to go with those as of right now. So big ups for the Undertaker actually having 25 years of the Dead Man. Really amazing.
Probably the most memorable Undertaker moment for me was, and I know for a lot of people, it was when he lost the streak to Brock Lesnar. And it was just so weird because the match just, it seemed very, I don't know if sloppy would be the word, because, I don't know, he was concussed during the match, Taker was, and it just kind of seemed out of nowhere, like, if there was a credible person, yeah, Lesnar could beat the streak, but the way it was built up was just like, it was so weird. Like, no one expected him to be the one that ended the streak. I actually recorded my reaction. 1, 2, 3. What the? And it was just something else, man. It felt like time had stopped, really. And it's kind of hard to explain it because it was sort of in the moment thing. Like, I can't go back, rewatch it, and get the same exact feel I did when it actually happened live. But it was incredible. Aside from that, another great moment, I was really looking forward to the Taker and Bray Wyatt match at WrestleMania. And although I thought it was just an average match, to be honest, I do remember both of their entrances. Both of them were very great. That's another memorable moment for Taker I have. When I was a kid, I was really, I was more so into wrestling than I was when Taker lost the streak. Now I'm kind of just, I haven't watched Raw, to be honest, but, like, I guess, one of the great reactions I had was I went to a SmackDown show. I believe it was in Sacramento, and I saw Taker's entrance, and it wasn't like the WrestleMania one where it was almost ruined by it not being completely dark, and yeah, this one, it was inside of an arena, and it was dark, and in my opinion, it was the proper Undertaker entrance, and it was just incredible. The atmosphere was great.
I started watching WWE in 2000, so I got to see Undertaker's return of Judgment Day. So this was my first real induction to The Undertaker, so I had no knowledge and experience of the Dead Man character. I instantly became a huge fan of the Undertaker. He had such a strong presence in Pill. Eventually I collected all VHS tapes in the early 90s, so I got to experience exactly what his Western style look really fit into the time. This is why I have a fondness for early 2000 Taker, who could interact with others on a human level with some of the best promo skills of the time. While he eventually returned to the Deadman character, I found myself losing the connection I had. I was becoming more wiser and more cynical to wrestling, and a gimmick like this just didn't feel right to me, especially one protected by kayfabe so much. My silent monster didn't seem to fit quite into a realistic environment, and eventually he managed to make it work, and it felt natural. In his history, Undertaker has managed to fit the times, while I nostalgically gravitate towards Taker, because I started around the time of the invasion angle, which required a more human side to fit in, so I can appreciate his ability to adapt to the times. A deadly silent monster with cartoony early 90s, satanic leader of the ministry from the edgy attitude era, biker badass of the early 2000s, and the MMA inspired Deadman up to present day. Not only this, but he has had some of the greatest looks of a wrestler of all time. He'll always have a place in the WWE, and will always have a place in my memories of enjoying wrestling.